I just want to make something clear from the previous video. So let's say I have negative 3 squared. And if I have negative 3 squared, are these the same? Well, they're not the same, because in the first one, the base is negative 3. Negative 3 to the power of 2. So I'm repeating the multiplication of the base here. So this is negative 3 times negative 3. Now, negative times a negative is a positive, so this is positive 9. Now, in this case, the base is not negative 3. The base is just the 3. So this one is negative whatever this is. So this is negative 3 times 3, which is negative 9. So the 2, this exponent of 2, is only for this base of 3. If I wanted to include the negative as the base, I would have to do this. I would have to write it inside the bracket. So if the exponent is positive, then if the exponent is positive, then your number will always be positive. Whatever is inside the bracket, whether it's negative or positive, if you square it, it's always going to be positive. But here, this negative is not part of the base. That's why it's not repeated. Only the 3 is repeated. So if we have another example where, let's say we have, I don't know, negative 3 to the power of 4, well, that's going to be positive because you have 4 negatives. 4 negatives, that's positive. So this is going to be 3 to the power of 4. Positive 3 to the power of 4. Whereas if you have negative 3 to the power of 5, well, this answer is going to be negative because there's 5 negatives. So there's an odd number of negatives, so this will be negative 3 to the power of 5. So when your exponent is even, you're always going to get a positive answer. When your exponent is odd, then you're multiplying a bunch of negatives, and it's odd, then it'll end up being negative. So in the long way, this is going to be negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. So negative times a negative is a positive, positive times a negative is negative, negative times a negative is positive, and then you have 1 negative left over. So it's odd. If you had 1 more, it would pair up and it would be positive. So this example here that we did in the other video, we have negative 2 to the power of 3 and negative 2 to the power of 3. Well, these will end up being the same. What is this saying? This is saying negative 2 3 times. So negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So negative times a negative is a positive. Times a negative, this is negative 8. Now this one, it is the same answer, but it's negative 2 to the power of 3. So it's negative 2 times 2 times 2, which is negative 8. It's the same answer because of this is negative. If that were a 4, if this were a 4 or an even number, then it would be positive, like over here. Like what we did over here. It would be positive. So 3 to the power of 4, for example, this is going to be 9 times 9, this is 81. This is 81. And this one is 3 to the power of 5, that's 243. This is going to be negative 243. Negative 243.